For those of you that are just tuning in, welcome to Unity North and our Wednesday night experience. I'm Reverend Richard Burdick, and we're going to get started right at 7 o'clock. So right now, I invite you to make yourself comfortable, to let yourself and your heart be fully and completely open. I'm here once again with Michael Burke, and really delighted to have my very, very good friend and my angel, Sonia Osio, who's going to be joining us this evening. So make yourself at home, kick back, relax. We'll get started in just a moment. Those that have just sat down and are joining us here this evening, I want you to take this song into the sanctuary of your spirit and your heart. Tonight we are talking about having the eyes of God, the ears, the soul, and the spirit of God. Let this be the container for that reality, that consciousness, and that thought to emerge. The song is called I Open My Heart. I open my heart to what you know, so I can stretch, so I can grow. My feelings toss me to and fro. I open my heart to what you know. Our feelings take us so many places that we don't want to be. Let's open our hearts and our ears and our eyes to look beyond the feelings to the truth that lies underneath all creation. I open my eyes to what you see, to understand what I can be. My feelings get the best of me. I open my eyes to what you see. I open my ears to what you hear, so I can keep you ever near. My feelings make it so unclear. I open my ears to what you hear. I open my heart to what you know, so I can stretch, so I can grow. My feelings toss me to and fro. I open my heart to what you know. I open my ears to what you hear. I open my eyes to what you see. I open my heart to what God knows. So once again, welcome to Unity North and to our Wednesday night experience. I'm here with my wonderful friends, Michael Burke and Sonia Osio, and we're going to take you on an adventure, on a ride, a quiet, a mystical, a still ride. And so there's nothing raucous much about this evening, but what there is a deep depth, a container of depth that we're holding for you. And so I invite you to become very comfortable. We're going to have poetry. We're going to have music, some in English, some in Spanish, some in Sanskrit. But the music and the poetry and the silence and the prayers are all to open up a container for us to have the eyes of God, to develop this evening in this crazy world that we are in right now. So many things that can pull us away from the truth and pull us away from the reality of our very being and the peace that we are. Let this be a moment, 45, 50 minutes of simply having the eyes of God and the eyes of God only. The ears of God and the ears of God only. The heart of God and the heart of God only. And so we begin with this first poem.
Rain as rain, my thirst is my worship. Perfect day for this poem. What a wonderfully wet way to slide into the day. Dance a little in the cool water as it splashes on your upturned face. See if you can spot the drop that will tease your tongue as it appears above your head, and then laugh aloud as it splashes right upon your nose. We are the garden, and God waters us to grow. You gonna run and hide, stay dry and brittle? Or are you gonna drink of this blessing? Drown in this love. I used to see rain as rain. Now I see rain as rain. My thirst is my worship. I swallow drops of wisdom, little bubbles of my beloved. Little bubbles of my beloved. My faith is saturated and puddles into yours with freedom. swimming alongside you on the journey before we join in the dirt and grace the earth, Gaia, with our liquid love. I find now, by blessing the plants, I can bless everyone. For by awakening in the soil as prayer, I can be the nutrient for every soul. May you grow today. May you grow today.
May we all grow in the deep awareness that the presence of God has never left. The first chant we'd like to use to take us into that stillness is Om Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Swaha. These words simply mean, may the Supreme Goddess open my eyes to the light. As we walk this earthly journey, may our eyes be fully open to the light. And may the Goddess and the God within us be the light that we see in all creation. Om Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Swaha. Om Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Swaha. May eyes be open. Om Tare, Tu Tare, Tu Re, Swaha. 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 Let your eyes be open. Take these words and these ideas into our first period of silence. May the Supreme Goddess Open my eyes to the light. Breathing deeply, completely vulnerable, open and receptive, to have only the heart, only the ears, the mind, the spirit, and the eyes of God. I invite you to receive this song that I've asked Sonia to write especially for this evening.
I have been thinking all those days that instead of God being inside of me, I want to be inside of God. And instead of His eyes inside of me, I want to be inside His eyes, its eyes. And it's not different than what Richard was saying before. It's the same, asking, really believing that I can let God to be my eyes. I can let God to be my feet, my feelings. I read in here. I asking God to give me His voice, His breath. I giving God my time. All my time is for God. Give me the way, give me the strength. Yours are my thoughts, my feelings. Give me your life, God, so I can live. And now I want to change the song. Dame tus ojos, oh God, quiero ver. Dame tus palabras, quiero hablar. Dame tus pies, dame tus pies. Quiero seguir, quiero ir. Dame tu voz, oh, dame tu aliento, tu tiempo. Dame el camino que debo seguir. Dame tus sueños, dame tus anhelos. Dame tus pensamientos para sentir. Dame tu vida para vivir. Déjame ver en tu corazón y en tu interior. Dame tu vida y dame tu sentir. Oh Dios, gran Espíritu, enséñame a vivir. Enséñame a vivir.
Sit for a moment in a place where all that you are, have ever been, or ever will be has been placed into the hands and the heart of the one power and presence known by many names. Allowing yourself to be used as a temple for a greater expression and experience of the vast miracle that is life, that is light, and that is love. In our second period of silence.
Listen for the saints. What we see as loss, the universe sees as life. Space between us is not a separation. Space between us, well, it's the way time makes a clock. It's the way the divine allows us to feel that we have a second chance. When there's only ever a first time. There's nothing to redo or forgive. You never did it wrong. Divine order is never out of order. Divine order is never out of order. Our perception of the clock face, our view of time being wasted, is what wastes our time. The only thing that needs to be fixed is our perception that things need to be fixed. Settle into the groove like a needle on a record. Let your music play. Let your music sing. Let the beat play. Let the beat play. And sometimes we get beat up. And sometimes we get beat down. It's all part of the groove. Sometimes our music is immaculately harmonious. Other times, well, it's amazingly discordant and obtuse. It doesn't make the song good or bad. To certain parts, it doesn't make the song good or bad. To certain parts. And a lot of times, we don't want to hear the bad. We don't want to hear the parts that scrape across the chalkboard of our mind and screech horror into our melody. It's all part of the groove. It seems like we can always hear the sins. I think it's time we listen. for the saints. It is time we listen for the saints.
We listen for God. We look for the saints. We seek that which is beautiful. We allow ourselves to be drawn to the beautiful essence of life always present. And we follow the visions that live and breathe and have their being in every cell of our being. For whether we see them with our human eyes or not, we know they are there. Whether we hear the heart of God beating with our human ears or not, we know that God is present. And so we allow ourselves to be drawn out and to be drawn forward, to be drawn inward and be drawn to an expansiveness that changes us from fifth and sixth and seventh dimensional realities that transcend the third dimensional world. Senses. Ancient senses so deep that have been forgotten but have never left. I follow that vision. Say that with me. I follow that vision. I follow it through. I follow it through. I change. I grow. I make myself new. And I follow the vision. I follow it through. I follow my vision. I follow it through. I follow my vision. I follow it through. I change, I grow, I make myself new, and I follow my vision, I follow it through. With the eyes of God, with the heart of God, we follow the call. I follow my vision, I follow it through. I follow my vision, I follow it through. I change, I grow, I make myself new, and I follow my vision, I follow it through. I follow it through. I follow my vision. I follow it through. I change, I grow, I make myself new, and I follow my vision, I follow it through. In our next period of silence, let us vow to follow the voice of God, the heartbeat of love, the vision of peace, and to go wherever it may lead us in the silence. We cannot fail or go wrong when our eyes are God's eyes. We cannot stumble or be wronged when our ears are the ears of the angels. We cannot be moved. We cannot be conquered. And we cannot be anything but love when we say, let every voice but love be still in me now. We cannot fail when our hands and our feet are committed to following the vision of God and to see each other as the same perfect expression just beneath the surface. When we see ourselves differently, we begin to see the world differently. And the world begins to change just because we are seeing truth. We are hearing love. And we are knowing peace. And we are living as the vessel of God.
That is what we have here every Wednesday night, a conversation with one being in a godzillion different voices. And each time we happen upon our happening, being present in that moment. All relationships deliriously dissolve into nutrients that feed other relationships. Conversation is a relationship that lives by blossoming, especially our conversation with ourselves. Whether it be verbally, spiritually, visually, energetically, or silently, whatever form it chooses is worth exploring. When we are in tune, we allow the moment to be the moment. No conditioning, no planning, no therapy can prepare us as well as being present right here, right now. The vibrations that synchronize our molecules are dependent on my awareness of their power. Truth is, my awareness could be unaware. Yet even in denial, I choose the vibration that governs my unawareness. Is it one of prosperity? Is it one of abundance, of love, of grace? Or one of lack, of fear, of something outside of me? Do I allow my disappearance into the will of others? No, I choose not to. I claim responsibility for all my actions. If this appears as chaos to you, so be it. So be it. Allow me to be. Allow me to be, to claim my breath as mine. Allow me to blossom at my own rate. And I allow you at yours. We happen upon our happening. We happen upon our happening. And when we accept this acceptance, we find God. We happen upon our happening. And when we accept this acceptance, we find God.
With every conversation, we find God. With every passing moment, let us find God. No matter where we may be or what we may be experiencing, let us know God. Let us look deeper. Let us hear deeper. Let us feel more deeply. And let the voice of God be that which guides us. This is our prayer. This is our truth. This is our reality. Let this be our experience.
and help us to be wise in times when we don't know. Let this be our prayer. When we lose our way, lead us to a place, guide us with your grace to a place where we'll be safe.
La luce che tu dai
I pray we'll find your light
nel cuore resterà,
and hold it in our hearts.
o ricordarci che
When the stars goes out this night,
l'eterna stella sei. Nella mia preghiera
let this be our prayer.
quanta fede c'è.
When shadows fill our days,
Lead us to a place,
guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. Sogniamo un mondo senza più violenza, un mondo di giustizia, di speranza. Ognuno la mano al suo vicino, simbolo di pace, di fraternità. La forza che ci dai, We ask the life be God
il desiderio che
and watch us from above.
ognuno trovi amore
We hope it's all we'll find.
intorno e dentro sé.
Another soul to love.
Let this be our prayer,
Let us be our prayer.
just like every child.
Just like every child.
Need to find a place,
Guide us with your grace.
give us faith so we'll be safe. E la fede che hai acceso in noi, sento che ci salverà. Let this be our prayer, our passionate, powerful, connected prayer. I turn it all over to something greater than me. I turn it all over to a spirit and an essence so beautiful, so powerful, so rich and so deep, that I have been seeking my whole life comes to be with ease, with peace, with grace. Let us have the eyes of God when tension hits. Let us have the ears of God when there is argument. Let there be the beating of the heart of God in our chest when we are afraid and alone. Let us be the veritable essence of God when it looks like the world is falling apart. For in truth, that's what you are. Take this prayer, this awareness, into our final period of silence. We close our time of reflection with an old hymn. One that I sang in the Methodist Church as a child. One that has been sung in Christian churches forever. Open my eyes that I may see. And whether the prayer is to the goddess Tara, whether it be to Buddha or Christ or Muhammad or Krishna, or to the One, or to Pachamama, the earth, the sun, it matters very little. But what matters is that your eyes remain open. Open my eyes that I may see glimpses of truth thou hast for me. Place in my hands the wonderful key that shall unclasp and set me free. Silently now I wait for thee. Ready, my God, thy will to see. Open my eyes, illumine me. Spirit divine. As we prepare to leave this time and this space, to leave the sanctuary of the silence, of the music, of the poetry, of the love that has been shared here this evening. Let the prayer that crosses our lips constantly be, open my eyes, open my ears, my mouth to speak only that which is loving, to know only that which is God. And we need do nothing else but just be the eyes, the heart, the mind, and the ears of God. The rest will take care of itself. And so it is. And so we allow it to be. Amen. 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 I want to thank you, those of you who have tuned in tonight to watch, or those that will be tuning in during the week or maybe a month from now. I hope that these words, these songs, these beautiful hearts, I have 2 angels, I feel immersed in love. I hope it has had value to you. And if it has had value to you, I'm going to invite you to say thank you, to make a donation to Unity North that sponsors these events every Wednesday night, every Sunday, many classes and Zoom opportunities in between. I want to let you know that we had planned at Unity North to be opening our doors, to have people back in the room starting next Wednesday. And our staff and our board has been very diligent about paying very close attention to what is up in the world. And that we have been listening to the voice of God. There's 1,000 voices, 1,000,000 voices out here, and they're all a little different. But the voice of God has let us know today that the time has not yet arrived. And so we will be back on the stream. We don't have a date chosen yet as to when we will be back. Our hope and our plan is mid-July. But I want to let you know that we are listening very deeply to the voice of God. And we're listening with the ears of God and the eyes of God to know when the time is right, to keep us all safe. Not everybody is going to agree with that decision, and that's okay. It's the spice of life to have differences. And I invite you to express, using the voice of God, your opinion. And then somehow we come together in the midst of our differing opinions, and we still love each other. And so please stay tuned. Please stay tuned to what's going on Wednesdays and Sundays. We have a wonderful service planned for you on Sunday. And then next Wednesday, Michael and I will be back. I don't know if I can get Sonia back or not, but she will be back sometime in the very near future because it is such a blessing. So thank you to both of you. I appreciate you. If you would like to offer a donation tonight, I invite you to get on text to give. It's very simply done. 73256, that's who you're sending it to. And then write the words Unity North, one word, Unity North, and then the dollar amount that you want. It takes literally all of about 10 seconds to do. If I can do it, anybody can do it. Or go on Facebook. There's a way on Facebook to make a donation. There's a donate button anywhere you want to look on our website, or you can just send a check in. And know that if you send that in, however it comes in, we receive it with gratitude, and with great gratitude for your generosity and your continuing contributions that allow us to continue the work that we are doing. I thank you for being here this evening. As you go into your world, into your home and your life, take the vow and the pledge that we have made here this evening, and take the prayers that have been shared, and live them. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. And I thank you. Offer them a blessing, guys. All right, blessings and love to each and every one of you. Thanks for joining us.